Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So basically, we're talking about escort shaming the anime. That's just basically a dumpster fire with a lot of good qualities and a lot of good ideas that they don't really facilitate or follow through on. But hey, time to get a video out of it.
私のことは一切知らない。私たちの関係は何もなかった。約束して。
お前、やっぱり水原。
そうよ。バイトのことは秘密にしてるの。文句ある？
So if you haven't already figured out what I'm talking about Rent a Girlfriend or Rent a Girlfriend. And this is written by Reiji Miyajima, and this anime is bad. And it's not bad for the usual reasons. It's bad for the reasons that I'm about to explain to you in the following sentences.
ごめん。他に好きな人できちゃった。別れよ。
So, the main crux of this anime is we have a main character, and he's a deplorable, he's not really a good person, he's kind of iffy, but he's kind of a college student going through the changes, and he's kind of a loser. But within college, you kind of are a loser. Most guys pretty much are. You're finding yourself. So I never really hated him or disliked him. I know he makes some really questionable choices, and you're like, ugh, why are you like that? But hey, he's in college, so he's growing, at least in my mind. I give people the benefit of the doubt, and I kind of understand, and I've probably met people just like him as I've been in college for the last 3 years, so I kind of get him and I kind of understand, and I've at least met people like him. But regardless of that, this show talks about manufactured affection, it talks about crazy ex-girlfriends, it talks about growth and development within a social aspect, and it talks a lot about shame within the Japanese culture and a lot of taboo things that are now just coming to the surface as the world evolves and becomes anew.
彼女？
水原と言います。いつも和也さんがお世話になっています。
And also dramatics and emotions and the intersocial constructs and the web of lies that come when you basically lie. And if you heard all of that and you're instantly like, oh my god, this sounds interesting, let me just warn you, this anime has a lot of great ideas, but they leave them at the rim. In my idea, this is just a soft way of talking about sex work. I know for a fact that Japan has a softer idea of giving affection to others. I know they can basically manufacture the girlfriend or the lover experience. I understand all of that, and I think it's softer to the more Western sex worker idea and even escorts and the sugar baby culture that basically happens in the United States. I get that, but the problem is, I think if you're gonna talk about this topic, I feel like you should go in depth. You shouldn't just stay at the surface. And the reason why I say at the surface is because the affection, the manufactured affection, is not just one aspect. It's all sorts of other aspects interplaying between each other. And I feel like this anime touches on a very good concept, and it just doesn't follow through, because they could really explore, we could really get a better understanding of what the story and how these characters interact with this new growing social norm.
使ってって言ったはずよ。本当の彼女でもないのにこんなことするなんて。あ、本当バカじゃないの。レンタル彼女だって言ってんじゃん。
Also, this is a romantic comedy, so that kind of explains some things, but it also makes it dramatically bad because they could have really went dramatic with this show. They could have went a little bit more heavily interested in the dramatics. They could have made this damn near a Shakespearean play within the modern age. And unfortunately, this anime is not that interesting because it just fails to really follow through on the ideas that are there. But back to the good things. This has really decent animation. It's really good characters and fashion sense. A lot of the ideas for character design are really intriguing, and I really enjoy how they design our main girl to be dressed, how she showcases herself, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool how everything is pieced together to be beautiful. It's meant to be college students. Their dressing, the way they act, even some of the goofy things that they do, it all feels a little bit more college student, and I like that. I like that built-in maturity, or at least that growth towards maturity. I also enjoy that this anime makes me feel like I'm a part of a friend group that I don't want to be a part of. Like, I wouldn't necessarily be friends with anyone here, except, well, maybe a few characters, but regardless, I'm not into it. This show has so many good ideas, and the animation, the color schemes, I like so many different things about this anime. And the eye test for this anime, incredible, lovely, wonderful, beautiful. But when you give the context and then you give a lot of the storyline, you're just like, not into it.
いいじゃない千鶴、二人は恋人同士なんだから。いくら恋人でも二人っきりっていうのは、私たちそういうこともまだですし。
そういうこと？水原！
And also, it does have another good thing. It has made one of the single most hated opposition to ever come in anime. Like, she has to go up there with some of the most disliked people in anime. Like, bro, I just can't believe how infuriating, how annoying, how this woman is. And like, she's just written in a very good way that can just make me hate her. I dislike her to her core. Like, I don't want nothing good for this woman. But I'm just like, bro, you gotta get some sort of karma. Like, somebody has to punch you in the face at least like once. But then again, this is anime. That might not happen. That only happens in like anime that really go for the dramatics and the theatrical and really want to take it there. But man, like, just punch her in the face one good time. Just one good time.
真剣に受け止めようとしたことはありますか？この人が私を一生幸せにしてくれる人かもしれないって。
So what this show really suffers from, like I mentioned earlier, is having these ideas but not further venturing into them. It decides to keep it light, it decides to have these impactful moments happen, and unfortunately, most of our characters just like to tiptoe around their true feelings. And the one character that isn't tiptoeing around their feelings is viewed as childish, even though she's more upfront. And I understand as an adult, you can't always be upfront about everything you feel and say anything that comes to your mind. I understand that. But after a certain point, you have to make a decision that I'm going for this and I want this, and this is what I want to express and I want to communicate. This anime is also bad communication, the anime. It's like, bro, say what you mean, act how you feel, and make sure to express yourself in a way that allows the other person to immediately, or at least begin to understand where you're coming from and where you're heading. This show has so many misunderstandings that's a little too goofy for my understanding. It's like, bro, come on. And I understand that this is another culture and they have their own way of doing things. I get that. I really do. But after a certain point, you gotta be around someone enough to be like, all right, fam, I'm comfortable enough to at least express myself. But then again, between these two people, getting over the barrier that he paid money is a very interesting barrier. And I've seen a lot of guys try to navigate the road of, oh, I bought her time, but the feelings came with it also. And that's a very interesting concept. And I like that they could have gone much more deeper, but I guess they kept it at the rim, like I said earlier.
ダメ家族。
やば、こりゃ相当溜まって我ながら。
もうダメだってば。
I think this concept could be redone in such a better way. Like, I really do feel like this could have been great. This could have been the drama that could rival like Fruits Basket or Toradora. Like, this show really could have did something if it decided to at least stay away from being so comedic, so goofy, and really play on characters interacting, the chemical reactions, even keep a lot of the anime aspects that come within this anime, but really play onto the drama and have actual choices being made. Because when anime decides to make choices and decides to be dramatic and decides to follow through with the consequences, and we aren't still subjected to the status quo no matter what happens, anime really does become really great at those moments. It becomes something where I feel like I learn a lesson and I have to deal with the choices of my actions. And I really think that this anime missed out on a golden opportunity to really touch on something.
として最後まで協力はするわ。
いい。君がいい。君が。
Also, they better have a good just resolution for the opposition within this story. They need one. And if you're up to date on the manga, you've obviously seen the last like chapter. Bro, they need to handle her. They need to do something about her. Like, how you gonna cry? Listen, bro. Listen. Just go read it. Just go read it. That's the op. I've never hated someone in so long. But I hate her so much. But yeah, how do you feel about Rent-A-Girlfriend? Is it a dumpster fire for you? Do you like this story? Do you enjoy the designs? Do you enjoy all the other things that comes with this anime? Please like, comment, and subscribe. And how do you feel about a lot of my analysis? I do feel like I went a little bit in, but I felt like there were so many glaring issues with the premise of this show that it made a lot of other moments fall through and seem hollow and not have any meaning, because it would just all become the status quo, and it's just a goofy romantic comedy. But a lot of romantic comedies, they're not the same as in the beginning. But once again, who knows where this is gonna go? It has finally hit a point where everyone is in a place, I don't want to spoil it, but everyone's in a place where we're like, okay, there has to be some new developments within this moment, and I can't wait to read what's next, because something has to happen. Regardless of that, please like, comment, and subscribe. How do you feel? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Please let me know in the comments, and have a great day.